Are we here? Are we live, ladies and lasses and lads and laddies? We are here once again for yet another solo leveling stream. I'm excited to bring you today's chapters today, from chapters 71 all the way to 80. So let's see if we can get it squeezed out in a good amount of time with a minimum amount of interruptions, and then we'll just move on from there. Alright, so let me just make sure that my phone is good. My phone is good. My mic is tuned to my dulcet tones. But in all seriousness, I am excited to see what happens next. Last we left off in solo leveling, at least for me. You guys have been reading ahead. Last we left off, Jin is with the A team of the Hunters Guild. And with the B team of the Hunters Guild, and they are kind of trapped because apparently the boss has trapped them inside of the dungeon they're in, and it's starting to affect the mages because the mages, like 3 of them, tried to repel or dispel the barrier, and they all get hit with curse magic, and now it shows like a bunch of eyes just bearing down on them. So what we are going to do, first things first, I got some other windows up, but I'm gonna leave one window up. One other miscellaneous window up because I'm actually waiting on something a little bit after this stream is finished. But what we are going to prioritize is reading through these chapters. Alright, seriously though, let me just go ahead and get started on this. We have in the recaps panels from the previous chapter, Ki Hoon Hyung. And then it shows multiple eyes in the darkness, opposite of the B team. And more than likely, I feel like these are going to be more high orcs, and their boss is going to be somewhere in there. But Ki can only look on as, as insurmountable danger just rises up against him. Chapter 71! Our attack force just fought against more than 20 high orcs and barely managed to win. But this time, I think there are over 50 high orcs. Wow, there's a lot of them. It's a whole army. It's a whole army of them. This is going to be a good one. Thank you, Shonen Sensei, with the super chat. I'm going to call it that from now on, because it's a lot less. I feel like just saying donations all the time can get a little bit grating, so I'm just going to call it super chats from now on. It's just something that's been on my mind ever since this has been happening, and I just wanted to make it a lot less blunt sounding. But thank you, Shonen Sensei, for the super chat. This is going to be a good one. I get the feeling that it's going to be. So, let me just acknowledge everyone. I'm Sir 6 Shonen Sensei and Kohagen. But welcome, everyone. Let's get started. A whole army of high orcs, and then one just simply walks up to Ki and just stands there and looks at him, and brings his head down to his face and, as if in an intimidation tactic, and growls in his face. Ki Hoon Young! Stop. We'll just get killed if we fight them. If only either Master Choi Jong-in or Hansen Cha Hae-in were here. And now the orc is, speaking in Orcish, I guess? Krei-rot-tu-shena, we-gro-la-ra-na-ka-ra-na-ka. And then all the rest of the orcs say the same thing. Krei-rot-tu-shena, we-gro-la-ra-na-ka-na. And then suddenly the eyes of the orc turn purple and something happens to it. Oh, it starts to speak. Oh, it starts to speak in human speak. Humans. I am Gargalgan. I wish to meet with you humans. An orc just spoke a human language. Magic? Is it magic?
That's just a puppet. Someone else is speaking through him.
A monster wants to talk with us? Ki-hoon Young, you're not believing this, right? Ki-hoon Young, this must be a trap. Dog's death or not, let's fight them here. Carl Galgun, are you the one who set up the barrier?
Yes, I am the prideful orc's great sorcerer. My magic can't be dispelled by you humans.
I feel like I'm gonna need something to drink after I speak in this voice. Is there someone even more powerful than you in these caves?
Who would dare to go against me? Choose. Die by my men, or follow my men.
And then he makes a decision. We'll follow you. Hoon Young! Ki-hoon! Ki-hoon! And everyone's objecting to it, obviously.
Follow us, humans.
Along with the boss, there must be even more high orcs present in the boss room. The chance of fighting and surviving will be even lower there. Does he want to negotiate with the boss? For us to return in one piece? I don't have a choice. I'll have to bet on this single chance. Mr. Hunter. Yes. We're going to surprise attack the boss when we get there. Whether we succeed or not, the boss shouldn't be able to maintain their magic. When we get their attention, you should make a run for it and call the main attack force once you're outside. By the time the next attack force arrives, it'll be over for you guys. Do you all plan on dying along with the boss? Our objective is to close the gate rather than make it out alive. That's why people pay us huge amounts of money.
I would like to ask for a favor as well,
says one of the other members as she walks up to him.
It's not much, but it's my will. It's my will. Please deliver it to my family if you manage to escape.
We're going to do as we have been taught up until now, but this isn't your fight. Oh wait, this is her saying it.
We're going to do as we've been taught up until now, but this isn't your fight. I hope that you can escape here alive.
I'll hold on to it for now, but there won't be a need for me to deliver it. The magic wavelength emitted by the boss. If the boss has this much energy, anything can still happen. And then there's Hae-in outside. Did she hide amongst the workers with a cap on? Because she looks like she's in incognito mode right now. But she's just out there standing with the mining team.
He's not here? Did he already quit the mining job?
Hunter Cha, wasn't today your day off? Okay, so she's not in incognito, she's just chilling. Hunter Cha, wasn't today your day off?
Hello, by any chance did Hunter Sung Jinwoo come out today? Mr.
Sung just entered the dungeon as a porter.
A porter? You saying he went through the gate? An E-rank hunter entered an A-rank dungeon by volunteering as a porter? We only have one life. What was he thinking?
Hey, Anime Juke, what's going on?
Now that I think about it, he was holding a weapon by the boss room yesterday.
Oh, she is very smart. She don't forget Jack.
I wasn't mistaken back then. How suspicious. I'll have to go inside the gate.
Huh? Is there some sort of problem? Should we call the guild for reinforcements?
No, it's a personal matter. You don't have to worry. Ah, my weapon. I didn't expect to enter a dungeon on my day off. Is it possible to borrow a weapon from you?
Hey, bring over some equipment for her. And they just bring her a pickaxe. And she can only stand in utter silence with, like, the pending response dots appearing behind her head. But she's got a pickaxe.
Is there anything else?
Anything else?
Like a sword or a spear?
Asking for something like that from us is...
I'll be fine. I'll just go in like this.
And she walks in without any weapons. Is she that strong? And she stands in front of the gate, and both the foreman and Hae-in aren't saying anything quite yet. Hunter Chog, do you really plan on going in empty-handed? And she actually starts hesitating, and then she grabs the pickaxe. In her embarrassment, because she's blushing. She's all like, I don't want to go in empty-handed, but I don't want to take the pickaxe with me. And then she reluctantly takes it. You made the right decision. It's better than leaving empty-handed, right?
Thank you.
And then she goes inside with the pickaxe. And now it looks like we're in the main High Orc stronghold, and there's a big orc with a whole bunch of armor and a giant battle axe standing there. I wonder if I don't think he's the boss, but it does look like there's a lot of high-ranking orcs. Not just the regular orcs, high orcs that we've seen so far, but there are some actual high-ranking orcs that stand out from above the rest of them. Because one of them has a long, I want to call it katana, but it looks more like a very long sword. He's standing there, and then we got another one in full armor with that battle axe that I mentioned. And we're in a okay, there's a lot more than 50 orcs. There's a lot more than 50 orcs than the ones they were surrounded by. Looking at this super long detailed panel, there's I want to say there's 10 times as many orcs as there were in that room. Because it's just a massive throne room, and all the orcs are just filling the whole area. This is a sick panel, though. Yep, those are high-ranking orcs. We got one that has, like, a double-handed greatsword, one with a giant battle axe, one with a long, I want to call it a scimitar, and or is it scimitar? I want to say scimitar. I never knew how to pronounce that sword name. One with a long scimitar, and then one that I think with gauntlet weapons on. And then, obviously, the sorcerer sitting on the throne. Yep. And the orc kind of looks half lich a little bit, because his face has a skull. I don't know if it's a mask or what. Watching your solo leveling read-through is more enjoyable for me. I mod another's read-through, and I pay attention more to chat than reaction. The artwork is 10 out of 10. God, yes. This artwork is amazing. And the thing is, this isn't just black and white pages. They are fully colored, fully detailed, fully shaded works of art. That makes them look 100 times better. But then the sorcerer is speaking in his language again.
Ah, shock. Humans, welcome.
And that is the end of chapter 71. Onwards to chapter 72. You know, if I'm going to be speaking as this sorcerer, again, I need to get myself something to drink so I don't throw my voice out, because tomorrow, new chapter of One Piece, and I would hate to have lost my voice due to improper use. So let me be right back, and I'll grab myself a drink that I can drink while I read. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a whip, we don't want to go to war today, but the master of the whip says nay, nay, nay. We're gonna march all day, all day, all day. Where there's a whip, there's a way. All right. 72. They're all looking around because they are massively. Everyone, the B team is massively outnumbered by all the orcs that are there right now. And comparing them, the small group that's with them, to the amount of orcs that's in the room, they are highly outclassed. And all the orcs are just looking on. Which reminds me, seeing this big group like this just reminds me of a Muso game. Which also reminds me of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity drops tomorrow. And I'm going to be starting a series on that. I haven't done a game series in what feels like a while now. But I'm looking forward to Hyrule Warriors because the first game was so good. And I'm looking forward to playing this one because, I mean, come on, Hyrule Warriors is a great game. I'm glad I got a Switch. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. I'm actually really busy. I'm doing this. Then I got One Piece tomorrow. Then I got Hyrule Warriors to start. And then on Saturday, more solo leveling. And then on Sunday, another stream for My Hero Academia. No, I think we're on break for My Hero Academia. I'm just busy. Good busy. You guys know I love to do this. But they're standing in the big throne room. If all these high orcs end up escaping outside the gate. If all these high orcs I gotta get the voice right. If all these high orcs end up escaping outside the gate, they'll be able to destroy a small city before even the main hunter force can arrive. Chapter 72. At the very least, we'll have to eliminate the boss. The 4 guards are pushovers either. Will we be able to get past the guards and kill the sorcerer in one swoop? I doubt it. When Sung Hyung sends the signal, all at once, we'll target the sorcerer.
Do you fear me, humans?
And he takes off his skull mask and just stares at the humans. And then there's a large amount of magic power that just rushes out of him. And it hits so many people. It hits everyone. And I guess it's like an intimidation tactic. Like weighted words like your boy did from a Daka box.
My god! How can he have such powerful magic energy?
We have to fight someone like that? This must have been what the Raiders did when they were facing Ainz, and after he took his ring off, they felt this insurmountable magic power. This must have been what it felt like for them to get just hit by the energy of it all.
He's on a different level. Compared to him, magicians like me are just third rates.
Why did you bring us here? Your warriors would have been enough to annihilate us.
For entertainment.
What?
During our remaining time here, we'll kill you one by one for my men's entertainment.
Wow, they were only brought there to be slaughtered.
However, there seems to be something odd amongst you humans.
So the sorcerer notices that out of all the regular people there, Jin is the anomaly. I might need to change up the orc's voice because I feel if I keep doing it, it's actually going to start to affect me over the hour. So I might have to change it up a little bit. I got an idea though. Entertainment? A determination is nothing but entertainment to them? Instead of treating us like enemies, to him our lives are just toys that he can just play with and trash whenever he wants? whenever they want. No! Everybody charge! And he rushes towards them, but no one is running with him. It's like, wow, it's like you rile up the speech, but everyone is so scared that you think everyone's got your back. And then all of a sudden, no one is with you as you're running. It's like, ah! And you look behind you to see if you got some support, and everyone is still standing back to where you was at the start. No one has moved. And he's all like, ah, man. Okay, forget it. I'm gonna keep going. And he launches at the sorcerer. Alright, let me see if I can do this right.
Hymn of Protection.
And hold on, let me make sure that the voice. Let me make sure that I did that voice right. Because the way I'm doing it, I'm just going to switch it between the. Oh yeah, okay, that worked. That worked. Okay.
Wait a minute, never mind. Okay, real quick, I gotta change out this sound because it is not supposed to be. It is not supposed to be that chibi voice there. It's not supposed to be in that chibi voice. That's supposed to be clean. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go.
You had deep voice, but after that you had helium voice. Yeah, I noticed. All right, everything should be good now. I just had to fix that. I should have fixed that when I had the chance, but the sorcerer uses Hymn of Protection, and a massive shield just jumps up in front of the sorcerer's face and shields him from Sun. And Sun is repelled back, so it's like a full counter type shield.
Foolish human. Gravitation magic.
And Sun.
So you mean to tell me that the voice is still in a small voice? What the heck? Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get rid of this entire sound. This thing has caused me nothing but trouble. I'm just butchering everything for you guys. I am so sorry. I need to when I'm done with this, I need to fix my soundboard so it can work better. But that's ridiculous. Actually, you know what? I gotta fix that. Let me fix this. Let me see. Okay, mic check. I had to switch something around on my stream deck so that way I can hit a button and everything's fixed. We gotta get back to the story though. You guys just let me know how it sounds. I'm gonna keep reading.
Is it still small voice? Is it? Check, check, check. Ah, I hate this thing. I know, this is unprofessional.
This is definitely unprofessional, and I should have... Why does it keep resorting to the stupid custom sound? It's supposed to be clean. It's supposed to be clean. Clean. Clean, clean, clean.
Clean, clean, clean. What in the... What is this? Clean. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is stupid. This is so stupid.
Clean. Okay. I need to get rid of this. Sorry, it has to go. Can't believe that I kept this song. We are amused. Look, I did not... it wasn't my intention to devote so much time to trying to fix my voices while I'm doing this, so that way I can say my own actual voice. So I apologize if I'm just interrupting the flow of the story. I just need to correct this and...
Delete.
And no more perfect chibi. Thank you! It's finally gone. It's finally gone. There we go. All is right with the world. Okay. So, if I switch...
Okay, deep, menacing voice. Why does it keep going back and forth between clean and the voice? Okay, you just want to be difficult like that? Okay, I got you. I got you. We're gonna put you here. Then we're gonna put clean here.
And now we should be good. Okay. All right. I fixed it. Wow, how much time did I waste doing that? 4 minutes? 5 minutes? I am so sorry, everybody. This is not what I wanted to devote so much time to. With the voice? Okay, so I resolved... Hey, Karma, first of all. I resolved myself... to use my voice changer to do different voices for like deep voice characters deep voice monster characters, because I can already feel that if I continue to use the gravelly voice that I was using before, I might start to mess up my throat a little bit, depending on how long I went, because I didn't know how long I was going to voice them. So I just used this, and I just went through a couple of minutes of me troubleshooting and fixing my whole stream deck. So, yeah, there's that. But the sorcerer uses
Gravitation magic. Gravity acceleration.
And using gravity magic, he slams Sun into the ground after levitating him up so high.
Gravitation.
And the sorcerer is basically just using gravity magic to send him into the slam him into the ceiling, and then slam him into the ground. Then slam him into the ceiling, then slam him into the ground. Just pinballing this man from the ground to the roof with extreme force. Kyun Young! And everyone can just look on as Ki is just constantly slammed around. But while he's falling out of midair, he fizzes out, and the sorcerer looks on like, what just happened? Oh, it's Jin! Jin saved your boy from getting pinballed. Mr. Ki-hoon, this dungeon is the Hunter Guild's property. I can't just interfere. But this attack force is about to be wiped out. And you see that Why do I still have this on? Why do I still have this on? And you just see the glow in Jin's eyes. Your boy's ready to fight! But this attack force is about to be wiped out. but this attack force is about to be wiped out. Let me ask you one thing. Can I kill all the monsters present in this room? And Key can only look on. Karma, that better not be a spoiler because I'm reading this for the very first time. But then an orc appears behind Jin and tries to hit him with his axe. And before the orc can do anything, Jin uses Dominator's Touch to levitate him in the air and pretty much do the exact same thing the sorcerer did to Key. And just slams him repeatedly in the ground and the ceiling. Nah, you good, I don't know this manga. I don't know why I keep thinking that you're just gonna up and do that to me, Karma. I'm sorry, it's just that... You know what I just realized? I just realized that you actually behave a little bit like Karma from Assassination's Classroom. You just excel at trolling people, dude. But back to the story. I'll ask you one more time. All the monsters here. Can I kill all of them? And then Key can only look on with awestruck eyes. Please. Please help us. And it shows the orc's body that is now embedded in the roof. And then the sorcerer says,
You have quite an amazing talent for a mere human. But how long will that last against all of us?
I've never felt such powerful energy before.
Ha 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 ha! Isn't that obvious?
However, this is a terrible matchup. For you, I mean. Oh, Jin is talking that talk! Come forth, my shadows. Yo! Oh, you know what's about to happen. You know what's about to happen. Igris is about to go. Igris is about to show up, and not just Igris, but Iron and all of his magicians and soldiers. The orcs are about to get massacred. Igris and Iron show up. What? My God, Igris looks so godlike in black. He just looks amazing! And then his soldiers come up, and then his whole army's there now. Not to mention his giant ice bears. Oh my goodness, this panel is so hot! I wish I could just tilt it that way, but Iron, Igris, soldiers, and magicians. Then all of his creatures that he's raised as well just stand there next to Jin. And that's the end of chapter 72. It's about to go down. Alright. In chapter 73, hey, we got Wu. Wu's back. Hunters from the monitoring division are here. Why are the inspectors here? Something must have happened. Why did that man decide to work here as a miner? And not only for 1 day, but for 2 days. Sung Jin Woo will soon be a renowned S rank. It'd be great if he was more self-aware about his actions, since they may be monitored. What caused the inspectors from the association to visit a place like this? We heard that Hunter Sung Jin Woo was working for the mining team here. Where is he right now? That young man again? Is there some sort of a problem? I knew it. He probably would have killed someone if he didn't become a hunter. When that jerk stared at me and grinned, I thought his eyes would devour me. Don't be jealous because you ain't strong. It made my body shudder. I can still remember the feeling. So where's Hunter Sung Jin Woo at the moment? He's currently inside the gate. The porter didn't come to work today. There wasn't anyone to replace him, so Mr. Sung volunteered for the job. Working as a porter after mining? What a strange fellow. What's with everyone today? Miss Cha Hae-in was also looking for him earlier and followed him through... Miss Cha Hae-in was also looking for him earlier and followed him through the gate. Hunter Cha Hae-in as well? Did he kill someone or something? He certainly looks like someone who would. You'll find out on the news tomorrow. See, what I tell you guys, he's suspicious. He didn't seem like that kind of person. Yeah, and he's such a hard worker. The dude is literally doing everything he can to make it seem like Jin's a bad dude. But all of a sudden, the shades and the clothes and the coat that's on Wu explode off of him. The coat, his coat and jacket. The rest of his clothes are still on, but I guess the energy from the gate literally obliterated a good deal of his clothes.
What? This atrocious energy.
Oh no, wait, that was just a metaphorical thing. It didn't actually burst off of his body.
My God, I can't believe it. For a moment I thought my body was going to rip into pieces.
Chief, did you feel that as well? That was... And they measure the magic energy coming out of it, and it comes up to 94,218, which I imagine is a very dangerous number for a gate to have.
This is one of the most dangerous even among the A-rank gates. The previous measurement was wrong. If the attack force was formed based on the association's previous measurement, they could be in big trouble. There shouldn't be an issue with 2 S-rank hunters in there, but we'll go inside immediately.
And then we cut back to the inside of the gate where we see multiple dead orcs. Oh wait, those are the same dead orcs that they killed earlier, because Hunter Hae-in is making her way in there.
Sun Ki-hoon's team was able to defeat this many high orcs? How did they manage to win against this number?
It's over 94,200,000!
And then she senses magic energy.
No.
And then she ties her hair up.
If this energy is coming from the boss, no one from Sun Ki-hoon's team would be able to survive.
And then it cuts back to the throne room as the shadow soldiers prepare to battle. And they're all standing around Jin. Igris and Iron just standing around him like his own vanguards.
Trying to pick a fight with my warriors with only that many soldiers.
If you look down on us too much, it'll be disastrous. Skill Domain of the Monarch activated. Yo! Shadow soldiers fighting above the caster's shadow will have their stats increased by 50%! So, if the orcs enter into that area, they're gonna get massacred by all these other shadows because they're in this giant field. They're in this giant buff field. A new job-specific skill that I acquired after reaching level 70 while climbing the demon castle. My shadow soldiers are much stronger now than they were back then. Igris and Iron look so majestic. Yes, they do. If they ever make a statue of Iron and Igris, I'm buying them because they are that awesome. I don't buy that much memorabilia. But when I do, I make sure it is something that is something to behold. But then, okay, so since they're inside the domain of the monarch, their flame colored went from blue to purple. Ah, those are necromancer colors.
What just happened?
I can't believe it. Even at my best, I can only summon 2 creatures.
How can such ominous energy come from a human?
What are you all doing? Destroy him already!
And then all the orcs just run in towards Jin and his soldiers. Iron has used skill Taunting Cry. The enemy stats was too high, the taunt has failed. And then Iron looks like, what? My taunt didn't work? Are you serious? And he gets his axe ready, and he just smacks all the orcs. Just kills them all. How dare you resist my taunting cry? Dead. Oh, yo! I never thought Igris could look even more majestic but seeing him in a purple highlight flame color and seeing his sword being charged with that energy, yo, how can you make Igris look even more awesome than he has already? How is that possible? He just looks amazing here. He charges his sword, and multiple orcs try to jump at him. His cape just flowing and flapping in the wind, and it's raising as, yo, the dude looks like, it looks like his cape turned into wings for a short moment with the way it's raising off the ground like that. But all the orcs charge him, and all the orcs get massively cut. Igris is basically Jin's Mihawk. That's what Igris is. His swordsmanship reminds me of Mihawk and how effortless he handles his sword. Nah, it looks way better in black and blue. Hey, it looks good here. If they're buffed with this purple, it looks good here. Though I will say that the blue does look good as well. But I like them both. I like them both. But Igris embraces his inner Mihawk and just slashes all the orcs and just literally slashes them apart. You know, from spine to spine. And then two orcs pop up and trying to get to Jin, and Jin slices straight through them. So effortlessly. And then another one tries to stab at Jin, and Jin jumps over him while slicing him at the same time. That's...
Yeah, just like our Vice Master.
Like Zero from Borderlands, Jin does a lot of dividing. Which reminds me, doesn't Godfall have like a special weapon where you get to use Zero's sword from Borderlands if you have like a Borderlands 3? I may have to look into that.
Why did he hide his abilities and decide to work as a porter?
Except for Igris, Iron, and Tank, the rest of my shadows are around the level of B-rank hunters. They've already been destroyed a few times just from trying to kill one high orc. So his soldiers are not at the level to just simply take on the orcs. Igris, Iron, and himself. For Igris, Iron, and Tank, which is the name of the giant leader ice bear that he has. Igris, Iron, and Tank are the ones that can really handle their own, but the soldiers, they are not strong enough to kill just one high orc on their own. Since they outnumber us by at least 3 times, I must lower their numbers as much as possible.
Hymn of the Fire Dragon.
And then there's a massive explosion behind Jin. What? My shadow soldiers! And there's a giant dragon's head just floating behind the sorcerer, because, you know, magic.
Why are you acting so arrogant with useless puppets like those?
You're the one acting arrogant. As long as I have mana, they will keep regenerating.
Even if they can regenerate, you will be consuming your mana. Your mana will run out before you can finish off my warriors.
You'll be dead before that.
Hymn of Protection! It's useless. The longer you spend wasting your time on me, the faster you'll lose your soldiers.
I wonder. I have a few strong guys on my side. Igris and Iron. You shouldn't be worrying about me running out of mana.
Then I'll destroy all of you at once! Hymn of Blazing Fire! And
Then there's a massive explosion in the distance that What chapter? I am on chapter 73. We got 7 more to go. He's stronger than Vulcan and Metis. Metis was able to control thousands of the undead, but had a weak defense. He has outstanding defense and powerful spells. And behind me, we're fighting hundreds of high orcs in a lopsided battle. It's different from when I took on the job change quest. Inventory. Potions are available here, so I can replenishing my mana. Or do you mean to say I can keep replenishing my mana? Since I don't want to fill my stomach with potions, I'll finish you off quickly. It'll be an interesting spectacle. I will now show you the unwavering domain of a necromancer. Arise. Oh! He just raised all of his orcs! And you know what? Oh. My soldiers are barely strong enough to take on one high orc. So why don't I just raise the high orcs? And then I have an army of equal and greater strength. Jin! He just pulled a full-on Night King and just raised all the citizens of Hardhome and just raised all the high orcs.
What the? Turning my warriors into the undead?
There are still a lot of you left, but they will all soon turn into my shadows. And when I'm done, you will too. Yo!
Can it be? Is he the... Mo?
Is he the Mo? What is that? Then there's like this faded image on the bottom of this panel and then a faded black spot with a little purple in it. What does he mean? What does he mean? I am curious, curious about what this means. But that's the end of chapter 73. Chapter 74, let's keep it going! Then we have a recap of what the the sorcerer says. Can you show the shade of the manhwa because it's a Korean manga? It doesn't have the same restrictions as... Because it's a Korean manga, it doesn't have the same restrictions as manga. Rogers Base did it. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But, on the precautionary side, I prefer not to show the pages, even though the same restrictions don't necessarily apply since it's a Korean manga. It could change in the future, and I would hate for my read-throughs to get hit, especially since this thing is gaining a lot of popularity. I would hate for things to be put in place and then it starts to do that same thing to this. So for the time being, I'll just keep reading it as is. I'm reading it from levelingsolo.com, so if you actually want to read alongside me and see what I'm seeing, then you can read it there, because that's where I'm reading it from. But all the orcs are roaring at all the raised orcs that Jin has on his side. These orcs are black and red. They have black armament and highlights, while the rest of their body is glowing red, which makes them look really, really sick. And then it shows... Jin's army fighting more of the orcs on the side. And then the sorcerer says something.
Monarch. Then why are we here? When we opened our eyes, a single order kept whispering in our heads. Hunt down the humans! We don't need any reasons. We must obey the order. Go. Cut them into pieces and offer their bloodied corpses to me.
Is it a battle between the generals? Yeah, because all the generals just jump off of the platform where he's on, where the sorcerer is, and they all just, I guess, make their way towards the Jin's army and where he is. Is it a battle between the generals? And Iron notices as one of the generals tries to fight Iron, and they clash. And I want to say it's the orc with the massive greatsword fighting against Iron. And yeah, okay, this is just a full-on set of panels showing Iron fighting him, and they both clash with one another, and they both headbutt one another, with Iron actually headbutting the general with enough force to crack his helmet, making that general severely dazed, giving Iron enough time to slam the hammer part of his weapon straight into the general. Then two of the other orc generals launch towards Igris. Igris just standing there with his long, flowing, feathery helmet just trailing behind him, holding his illuminated sword out to the side. So the gauntlet orc general and the long scimitar orc general all jump towards Igris, and Igris blocks the scimitar and uses his sword to launch himself, to literally prop himself up in the air and launch himself over the other orcs. Takes out a dagger, takes out one of his daggers. I forgot he had them. I forgot he had daggers. I forgot he has more than just the giant greatsword. Takes out one of his daggers and embeds it into the skull of the gauntlet using general, and pushes his foot into the dagger to, double tap and finish the job, while the longsword using orc general goes towards him. And they both clash with one another, and Igris, the thing is, the orc general is using, I think the orc general is using his one-handed as well, because Igris just easily blocks it. But Igris is stronger, and he sends the orc wheeling back towards Iron, who then proceeds to swing, knock him straight out of the fight. And you know he's knocked out of the fight because he lost his grip on his weapon. And before the guy can even land, Tank the Ice Bear smacks him into the ground. It was a 3-man combo. Igris knocks him away. And then Iron knocks him away. And then Tank delivers the coup de grace. And then Iron just gives him a thumbs up like, nice hit. And then Tank just looks over and it just raises his paw like, I love the person. You can just, the fact that they never say anything at all and you can get so much personality from these characters is absolutely amazing. Looks like my generals are more superior. Even though I spoke with confidence earlier, my mana is being consumed faster than I can recover through potions. If it were to be completely drained, my soldiers would all disappear simultaneously.
There's no way. But how?
We can't just sit here and watch. Let's join them!
Hymn of agony. Hymn of frenzy. Hymn of blindness. The audience shouldn't intrude onto this. The audience shouldn't intrude onto the stage.
So he basically just hit all the other members of the B team, of the attack force. He just hit them with frenzy, blindness, and agony in order to make sure that they actually can't join in the fight. So this is all between Jin and the orcs.
And I will no longer let you run your arrogant mouth in front of the great Kargalan.
Is it Kargalan? I thought it was Kargalgan. Kargalan it is.
And I will no longer let you run your arrogant mouth in front of the great Kargalan. Hymn of slumber, hymn of lethargy, hymn of blindness.
Buff. Status effect has been removed due to the effect of immunity. You can't even do it to Jin! You do all that, you was talking them good spells a second ago, and then they had no effect. The sorcerer can only look on like, wait, what? What?
What?
Curse petrification has disappeared. Curse blindness has disappeared.
How did you dispel the curses I casted?
Don't you remember what I said earlier? I'm a bad matchup for you. Great spellcaster Kandiaru's Blessing. Permanent effect longevity. All diseases, poisons, and status effects are healed, and sleeping will explosively increase regeneration ability. Let me destroy that annoying shield of yours. And since he gave that orb of power to one of his musicians, one of his shadow magicians, it charges up a massive fireball. You know, the Orb of Avarice. If it's a magician equipped with Orb of Avarice.
Him a protect?
And before he can even get it out, the sorcerer is hit by the fireball. Wasn't enough to protect him. That amount of magic power coming out of that magician, it wasn't enough for him of protection. You can't sing no Sunday hymns and protect yourself with that mask. You can't do that.
You, how dare?
And as all of this is going on, Hae-in actually comes in to see everything that's happening, and she's just mouth agape, like watching all this.
Are those all summoned creatures? Even the hunters specialize in summoning magic should only be able to control 1 or 2 creatures at most. Just what is happening here?
Awesome power.
Huh? Miss Hae-in, Vice Master! Are you alright? What happened here? You're not sure if it's ourselves.
Your rubbish talent will no longer work on me. Him of rage, him of strengthening, him of giants, him of combustion.
And it's just a whole mess of magic power just swirling around as he enlarges himself in front of Jin.
Quickly, run away from here!
I will crush you all like insects.
And he starts by trying to crush some of the soldiers. I have bad memories with giant enemies. You're touching my sore spots. And his magic points all drop down to 0 because of the sorcerer. Darn.
Don't get so cocky because I play with you for a bit, human.
And he actually uses that dragon's head or dragon's breath, whatever that was called, I forgot the name of it, and he actually charges it up himself to expel it from his mouth in order to hit Jin.
Do I, Kargalan, still look inferior to you?
And he unleashes a massive fireball on Jin, but it doesn't work because Jin is already right next to his head before he's even finished just letting out the flames. And Jin just... Let me just read this again because Jin just says yup.
Do I, Kargalan, still look inferior to you?
Yup. And then Jin just stabs him in the eye. If you get bigger, you'll just become an easier target. There's no way that a sorcerer can stop an attack from an assassin without any guards. And Jin immediately starts slicing all over the guy's body. And that's the end of chapter 74. Onwards to chapter 75. I love this manhwa. Chapter 75. Wu and the agents are still outside. What the... Right in front of our eyes. What in the world is happening?
Those are creatures summoned by that man.
Hunter Cha! By that man, do you mean? And Jin is still going to town on Kargalan. I can't land a critical hit using a dagger on such a huge enemy. At times like this is the best. And he just gets rid of his dagger and just resorts to just using his bare fist to just beat the crap out of him. And, his strength has greatly increased since we saw him use hand-to-hand combat. I mean, it's all the way up in, like, the 140s, I think? And it's enough to send Kargalan reeling from the blow and knock him to the ground.
Hunter Sungjin Woo. It wasn't just Master Choi Jong-in, the chief of monitoring division knows that man as well?
We came to help after sensing the overwhelming magical wavelength, but it looks like we weren't needed. Since we're watching Hunter Sungjin Woo clear the A-rank dungeon all by himself. No matter how you look at it, isn't he an elite combat hunter? But he can use summoning magic as well. This is Hunter Sungjin Woo's ability. Just how many creatures can he summon?
Who is that man? Do you know anything?
I know a bit about him. Just a tiny bit. Playing coy, it seems. And Kargalon is getting messed up. The moment a magician loses his guards, they have 0 chance of winning. And it... Yo! It didn't show it! But Jin just straight up raised all of Kargalon's guards. The orc generals belong to Jin! And they all stand behind him like...
What is your bidding, my master?
But then Kargalon says...
There's no way that this body of mine would crumble!
And it just shows all of the orc generals embedding their weapons into Kargalon's body, just stabbing him to death. The dungeon boss has been slain. You've leveled up. Twice. I took care of the boss, and the remaining high orcs are already being dealt with. So amazing. Making sure my nose is not bleeding, because I would hate for that to happen. I took care of the boss, and the remaining high orcs are already being dealt with. Shall I collect the drops now? No, since this dungeon is a property of the Hunters Guild, I shouldn't be too greedy. But instead, I'll just extract the shadow. Arise. Yo! And it shows him trying to raise Kargalon! And everyone is just awestruck as it shows Jin raising him. Jin now has a super powerful high orc sorcerer at his command now. He has yet another boss under his command. You're much quieter now that you're a shadow. Normal rank, elite rank, and knight rank. I've only seen those 3 ranks up until now, and this is my first time seeing this kind. Normal rank is the shadow infantry, elite rank is the magicians, and knight rank is in the space that Igris, Tank, and Iron are in. But Kargalon is in a whole different league by itself, as expected from a shadow created from the boss of an A-rank dungeon. Choose a name for the soldier. What was his name again? It was Car something. Sorry, I don't remember. Whatever, I'll just think of something. Tusk. His name is Tusk! Igris, Iron, Tank, and Tusk. If you cannot beat Jin's guards, you cannot beat Jin. Tusk, level 1. Rank Elite Knight. Yo! Obtaining the strength of the High Orcs has been a great result. I can now save up to 127 shadows. I'll first send the shadows exceeding the limit to nothingness. The rest will be saved. He gets rid of his shadow infantries and just decides to keep the High Orcs. Cause come on, High Orcs are more powerful than this dude. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. He has all the power in the world. Hunter Sung Jin Woo. Chifu Jin Chul? Hae-in as well? Did I just get too absorbed in the fight? Yeah, you did. You just showed everyone your special ability. Well, you just showed everyone just how powerful you are. You know the thing that you were trying to avoid? I gotta restock with some more water in the first chance I get. These are just to buy me time. Did I get too absorbed in a fight? Mr. Sung Jin Woo. Mr. Porter, what was that just now? How am I going to get out of this situation? Oh, Woo steps in. People are want to ask him questions, but then they step in front of Jin. We came from the Association's monitoring division. The Association is in charge of supervising Hunter Sung Jin Woo, and this affair is a top-secret matter that can't be revealed to the public. Once we leave the dungeon, we'll provide you with an adequate explanation, but please remain silent about the scene you've witnessed here. We'll guide you out here, sir. This is the best way to avoid any further complications. Yo, the monitoring division doesn't... Yo, they working with Jin! They looking out for you, boy. You've just shown us strength surpassing S rank in front of South Korea's top guild. If you have any questions, you can contact the association for more information. We'll help you leave this place quietly. Hold on! Hold the phone. If you truly have that much strength, then the current situation isn't that strange. I won't ask why you volunteered as a porter. We were able to survive thanks to you. Let me thank you on behalf of our entire attack force. And everyone at in the attack force just bows in thanks. Since you managed to survive, how about delivering the will yourself?
Will?
Because remember, that one chick gave a notepad to Jin saying, like, if I don't make it out of here, just give this will to my family. And he just gives it back to her. Then let's go. And then Hunter Hae-in.
Vice Master? Yes? Why did you bring a pickaxe? Did I look weird? To who? Never mind.
And that's the end of chapter 75. They just saw the strength of a person whose strength goes beyond S rank. And they were all told to keep it quiet. The top guild, the Hunter's top guild, just saw the strength of someone who's ridiculously strong. Now that they know that such a person exists, would not be surprised if Jin starts getting more propositions from them in the future. Onwards to chapter 76. The fated hour is approaching. Young Nim's decision will determine my fate. Let's stay determined. Determined! Young Nim! Young Nim, your clothes. Oh, this? I just came from a dungeon. He's still training in dungeons during his spare time? As expected of Young Nim. Young Nim, to tell you the truth. And then he tells him all the things that happened between the meeting of him and his father. So, during your negotiation with your father, Go Myung-hwan appeared and revealed everything about the Red Gate incident. Pardon me. Yes, even the fact that Young Nim saved the White Tiger Guild's members. That man said something really unnecessary. And so you need my cooperation in order to become the master of the Yujin Guild. I will leave everything to Young Nim's decision. There's no need for me to weigh you down. Jin-ho, Huh? You're saying that Sung Jin-woo came to our raids? Oh wait, that's your boy. Huh? You're saying that Sung Jin-woo came to our raids? He's worked with the mining team yesterday and as a porter today? Hunter Sung Ki-hoon. I don't know what he was thinking at the time, but I believe his aim wasn't to interfere with our raid. Due to the boss being beyond our scope of knowledge, we were unable to take care of it ourselves, and Hunter Sung Jin-woo, who was planning on watching from the side as a porter, must have thought he had no choice but to step in. After White Tiger, even our Hunters Guild had to receive his help. He can summon numerous creatures, move like assassin-type hunters, and has the ability to raise the dead monsters to fight on his command. These are the abilities that we've seen so far. If he has more hidden abilities. If he's that strong. If you were to compare the two of us, who would come out on top? To cover the weaknesses of each position in the raid, we are divided into specific duties. Attack duty, tank duty, and support duty. Without the three duties in place, the attack force would be in danger. The weaknesses of each member will be covered by the other teammates. It's common sense. But he's someone outside of that. Can you clear such a high-rank A dungeon all by yourself? He asked Choi this, and Choi can't give him an answer. No matter how strong I am, If I were to get surrounded by too many monsters, it would be hard for me to keep up my defense. It'll be impossible. The ultimate soldier nickname sounds ludicrous. Master Chui, I'm not in the position to say anything about the guild recruitment process, but that man, Hunter Sung Jinwoo, must be brought to our guild. I will do my best. And then we have multiple people. We have a whole news crew and reporters and everything. What's going on?
A lot of people showed up. It should be at least this much. Here. This is going to be the headline for tomorrow. What do you think? Lee Min-sung, the man who has everything. He now obtains the power that surpasses humanity. It's a bit childish, but it's not bad.
And it shows people driving up in cars.
Huh? Someone's here!
It's Baek Yoon-ho! Choi Jong-in is here as well! What's with the reporters? Why is it so crowded here today? Excuse me, are you two also visiting the association to recruit Lee Min-sung?
As the representatives of South Korea's hunters, how do you feel about the possible retirement of Lee Min-sung from the entertainment world?
What do you think Lee Min-sung's rank will be? Please comment on Lee Min-sung! What? They're all gathered here for Lee Min-sung or whatever? Why are they holding a press conference in front of the association of all places? I'm not here for that man. I have no further comments. I'm sure most of you already know that Lee Min-sung has already signed a contract with the Reaper Guild. I'm here today on other matters.
Ah, come on. I thought it would be a big scoop.
How disappointing. I've heard the news. The Hunters Guild also had a close call. It's nothing compared to the White Tiger who lost their A-rank recruit.
Yo, struck a nerve there.
In any case, both of us ended up receiving his help. Without his assistance, our B team would have been annihilated. Due to prior moral obligations, I want to bring that person into our guild at any cost.
My guild suffered casualties. Don't you think we should recruit that man as part of the reinforcements?
Why are you doing that? What are you doing that requires an S rank as reinforcement? Do you plan on going to war somewhere or something?
What about you? Since when did you start being so morally obligated?
Huh? Isn't that Choi Jong-in and Baek Jun-ho?
Hey, you two. Are you two fighting over Min-sung?
Lim Tae-yu, S-rank guild master of Reaper. Oh, I gotta give him a different voice. Hey, you two. Are you fighting over Min-sung? I might give him a surfer dude type voice because he's got that type of goatee.
What's with this jerk? We don't care about Lee Min-sung, Lee Min-gyu, or whatever.
What's wrong with these guys?
Choi Jong-in and Baek Yoon-ho are here as well. The nation's top guilds are fighting over me.
No. Min-sung, we're ready. Let's start with the interviews first. Okay. And as he gets out and everyone's taking his photo and everything, Jin is just in the background wondering like, what's with all these people? Reaper Guild, a guild that is active in the Seoul metropolitan area, nation's former #1 guild, falling in ranking after the White Tiger Guild separated from the Reaper Guild and the Hunters Guild rose in power. So, the people of White Tiger were actually part of the Reaper Guild before they split it off and began their own guild. Interesting. But that's the end of chapter 76. An hour and 13 minutes. We're doing all right so far. Not too bad. Not too bad. But the reporters are there. It's just a recap of everything that's going on. Chapter 77. Did the reporters already catch wind of the news? Maybe not, since they don't seem to recognize me. And we'll be able to get to the association building at this rate. Hey, what the? Excuse me. What's with him? Hey, who are you? Are you with the association? Don't you see all the reporters here? You can't just pass through them. I have business with the association. You can't enter right now. Go back to where you came from. What's wrong with him? How senseless. He should quickly get rid of someone like that. You can't pass through here, so go away.
On whose authority are you trying to send him away?
Huh?
Yo, it's the chairman! Go! Chairman Go Gun Hee!
That man is our guest. Mr. Lee Min-sung, I'm sure you already know who allowed you to hold a press conference here.
Of course.
Hunter Sung Jin-woo. Let's head inside.
Who was that man? That chairman came out to personally escort inside. Does anyone know who that is? How dare he ruin my debut?
Oh, so we got a glory hog here.
Go find out what kind of big shot that guy is.
He's a guy that I can say right now, without even reading any future chapters, he's a guy who surpasses you. Just shut up, Glory Hog. Okay. Garp vibes. Yes! He gives me... Yes! Gogun, he gives me Garp vibes as well, just the way he behaves.
How am I gonna fix this mood?
Let's move forward with the planned schedule and start the evaluation right away. Excuse me for a moment. I would like to quickly discuss with the association regarding today's schedule. And then, before he can get anything out edgewise, Wu shows up. And keeps the forgotten. The dude can't even flaunt himself saying, like, I'm gonna get evaluated, before Wu and his agents just show up and says,
what is it this time?
And Wu is just there with his agent saying, another hunter is currently going through an evaluation. Until the evaluation is finished at 11 o'clock, no one else is allowed to enter the building.
What? There's still 30 minutes left. When he said another hunter, does he mean the man that entered along with the chairman? I have my rank evaluation appointment at 11 and the reporters are already here. Let me through. The chairman should already know about this and you're still going to shut me out? Hey, don't you know who I am? I'm Lee Min-sung.
If you have your evaluation appointment at 11, you can enter at that time.
Don't you know that the association's biggest sponsor is the Yujin Architectures? My father is Yujin Architectures Vice President Lee Won-kyu. Shouldn't you be catering to me considering the amount of money he donates to the association? Also, don't you see all of these people? You dare to ignore me in front of all these cameras? Can you handle the consequences resulting from doing that?
Yes, I can. Yo, they don't care. They don't care. I love Wu. Hey, Marcel, welcome to the stream. We are on chapter 77 of 80, which is what I'm going to be stopping at today for today's solo leveling stream if the title wasn't anything to go by. I love that Wu just doesn't care. I know who you are. I know how important the money from the Yujin Architecture's vice president is to our association. And I know that you're trying to flaunt in front of these cameras. But I frankly don't care.
Can you handle the consequences resulting from doing that?
Yes, I can.
What? Who do you think you are? Are you saying that hunter is that amazing?
If I were to tell you, will Mr. Lee Min-sung be able to handle the consequences? Oh! You better talk to this man, Wu! You better talk to this man! Yo! And then Wu takes his shades off and glares at him with highlighted eyes of intimidation. And Min-sung doesn't say anything. He's all like,
okay. We're the boy gonna go sit in the corner now. I'm not gonna say anything until it's my time to go inside. I'm sorry for causing you any trouble. I'm gonna sit over here.
Dude, just... Don't you love it? It takes a certain amount of skill to throw the same word someone threw at you with far greater force. It's just amazing. But we got the chairman and Jin walking through as we see Choi and Bayek looking at the bowing before the chairman as he walks past.
They arrived here an hour ago and have been waiting for you since. You're the first S-rank hunter in 2 years. Choi Jong-in must be feeling even more anxious since he witnessed your powers firsthand.
And who's this? Hunter Sung Jin-woo. Nice to meet you. Hello. Oh, okay. It's a dude in glasses. Hunter Sung Jin-woo. Nice to meet you. Hello. Before we start the evaluation, we'll confirm your abilities to assign your class. What kind of abilities can you use? I can do something like this. And then he raises one of his soldiers, but I don't think he's going to show them the full extent. What? Yep, he raises one of his soldiers. Is this a summoned creature? You can control creatures? Hunter Sung Jin Woo, are you saying that this is the full capacity of your ability? Since there were a lot of witnesses, there's no point in lying. I was able to turn the High Orcs into my shadow soldiers this time. And then he raises the rest of his soldiers and everyone else. And everyone just stares in disbelief as he raises his whole army around him. All the orc generals, Tank, Tusk, Iron, and Igris, and everything else. I can summon about 100 more. But since the room is so small, he can't just get everyone in there. Igris and all his main dudes are just standing with him, and Igris is just standing like a shadow version of Spawn. Like with a full-on cloak, you don't see anything, just the glow from his chest and his eyes. Just standing there like Spawn. We need a Spawn video game, an open-world Spawn video game. Please, someone, I don't know who you gotta tell. Tell someone to make a open-world Spawn video game. I think it would be ridiculously sick. Back to the story. But he is just flexing right now. And this isn't even the fullest extent. I can summon about 100 more. 100 more? No way! What a powerful magic energy. That's coming from Sung Jin Woo? He can't be compared to when I first met him before. He's now completely overwhelming me. Hunter Sung Jin Woo. Oh, he's got his license! He's officially an S-rank hunter! Hunter Sung Jin Woo. Korean Hunters Association license Sung Jin Woo S-rank. Mr. Sung Jin Woo, can you spare some of your time? I'm sorry, but I still have something left to do. Huh? That exit is, I wouldn't leave through there if I were you. Is he saying he prepared a considerable contract that I'll regret if I were to just leave? No, it's just that opening up that door just put him in the spotlight of a whole bunch of cameras. What is this? Yep, he's live. But I can only look on as it's like, we tried to tell you that you may not want to go through there. So now, after you got evaluated, he's now in front of the limelight, which is what he was trying to avoid to keep people from finding out the full extent of his abilities. But that is the end of Chapter 77. Onwards to Chapter 78. I am having so much fun with this. This manga just makes me want to play video games. And then it's a recap.
Huh? Jenna, your oppa! Your oppa's on TV! What kind of nonsense is that? Why would my oppa...
Chapter 78. 10 minutes earlier. Even if my evaluation doesn't go well and I end up receiving a low rank, I will fight monsters to repay the love and kindness received by everyone until now. Regardless of the evaluation result, I, Lee Min-sung, will protect the citizens as a hunter. What? Lee Min-sung is retiring regardless of his rank? Are you saying that you're ready to abandon your title of Asia's #1 star to be a low-rank hunter? That's right, everyone. Pay attention to me. I, the #1 star, am announcing his retirement. Such a glory hog.
Mr. Lee Min-sung over here. Are you really willing to throw everything away even if you become a low-rank hunter?
But of course, this is all a blatant lie. I have already been evaluated with an A rank. Just 2 years. He's gonna be disappointed when he finds out Jin's rank. Just 2 years. I plan on receiving a huge sum of money for 2 years as a hunter while under the employ of the Reaper Guild's public relations. This is the best when it comes to eliminating any weird rumors or complications with military service, stepping down from the highest point and risking my life to protect the citizens. Isn't that a pretty spectacular role? And here is the Reaper Guild's Lim Tae-kyu, who has shared my vision and... What? S-rank hunter! What? S-rank hunter? You just received the news from the association? What? Are you telling me this now? All the reporters are getting distracted by all this recent news. Is it true that the 10th S-rank hunter has been announced? Huh? Lee can't even stand up.
The homepage was really updated. It's this guy? This is the 10th S-rank hunter? Didn't they say the evaluation room was off limits in the morning? It wasn't because of Lee Min-sung? Then the evaluation room was blocked for the new S-rank hunter instead of Lee Min-sung. Let's go movies LGM. Welcome to the stream. We are on chapter 78 of Solo's Leveling. So I hope you enjoy yourself while you're here. But this Lee dude is just basking in the praise. Well, hoping to bask in the praise of the reporters, but now that the news of Jin becoming an S-rank hunter is hitting all the news, all the reporters are slowly but surely tuning him out because that's far bigger news than some A-rank super movie star getting a rank in a Hunters Association. Then the evaluation room was booked for the new S-rank hunter instead of Lee Min-sung? I can't pass up the opportunity of reporting the news of the 10th S-rank hunter. Everyone? And then Wu and his men just stand there in front of the gate to ensure that no one gets inside. Let us through! I heard there's a new S-rank hunter. Shouldn't you notify us about these kinds of things ahead of time? No, they ain't got no obligation to tell you what's going on just because your job hinges on news. They ain't got to tell you jack. Shouldn't you notify us about these kinds of things ahead of time? Step aside! What? An S-rank? There's a new S-rank hunter today of all days? Hey, Reporter Lim.
Ah, Mr. Lee Min-sung, I'll contact you later.
That's right. Change to tomorrow's headlines to the woes of an E-rank turned into tears of joy for an S-rank. What is this? And Jin is just standing in front of all of the cameras. Isn't that Mr. Sung? Why is Mr. Sung on the news?
Oh, you're right.
I knew it! The moment he looked me in the eyes. Just let me just see what kind of wicked things he did. This dude still can't get over the fact. Mr. Sung, what kind of crimes did he commit? South Korea's 10th S-rank hunter Sung Jin-woo has just... The guy that tried to give him a hard time on the mining team of the Hunters Guild is literally shivering at the thought that he tried to threaten an S-rank hunter. He's literally sweating bullets. He's lost coloring in his forehead. And everyone, the news is everywhere. People who were with Jin in the past are now looking at all this news. Mr. Song, the swordsman, remember? And then members of White Tiger who were with him when he saved them way back when they were in the ice realm, when it turned into a red gate. They're all looking at the news. And then Jin Ho's father looks at this. They just announced him as an S-rank mage class hunter. So, did you succeed in recruiting Sun Jin-woo? I'm sorry, father. I couldn't win over Hyung Nim. Hyung Nim has decided to create his own guild and offered me the position of vice master. Yo! Jin is at a point where he can create his own guild, which means he doesn't have to answer to no one. Jin, the Necromancer Guild Master. Your boy is flexing, okay? Your boy is flexing. Your boy is flexing too early in the day. Can I say that? He's just flexing too early, okay? But Jin-ho's father just smiles. Do you know why I wanted to create the Yujin Guild? Isn't it because of money? If it's about money, I already have plenty. Do you really think that I would create a major guild and then cause trouble for a few extra pennies? And why? It's to protect us. The powers and influences of hunters are growing every day. There are even cases of one hunter's influence and power being equivalent to an entire nation. There are also those so-called world ultimate hunters that have surpassed S-rank and have become known as nation-level hunter. Yo! What? So I know about E, D, C, B, and A rank. And then S rank, and then double S rank, and then triple S rank. But now there's a whole new level called nation level? That's above S rank? There are also those so-called world ultimate hunters that have surpassed S rank
and have become known as nation-level hunters. In a situation where some small nations are already treating hunters like kings, how long do you think the law and the government's authority will protect us? I wanted to gather trustworthy hunters by creating a guild. Dependable hunters that weren't drawn in by money or personal connections. You seem to have already found such a person. You have passed. I'll leave the Yujin Guild to you. Yo, that's so nice. That is so nice. Jinho is around a person who doesn't do it for... Let me go back and read that. Dependable hunters that weren't drawn in by money or personal connections. And Jinho has one as a friend. And with that prospect and with that knowledge, his father passes on the guild to him. That's a good father-son moment, even though his father was acting like a bit of a tool in the beginning. Develop the Yujin Guild. Make allies out of strong and trustworthy hunters. Think about it for a second, though. A necromancer with a literal army as a guild master. The possibilities. The possibilities are endless. With him having charge of his own guild, him running missions, this dude is not going to have to worry about keeping his own guild funded. But not only that, people are going to gravitate towards him. Not because of how well, some may gravitate towards him just because of how powerful he is, but there could be people that he's seen in the past that could wind up finding him and joining his guild because they know Jin. Yo! The possibilities are so endless, I can't even really start to funnel it down right now. Develop the Yujin Guild. Make allies out of strong and trustworthy hunters. They will soon become more valuable than any form of wealth. See, this is actually some good knowledge right here. Have friends, good friends, that you can trust. Strong and trustworthy friends that they end up becoming far more valuable than anything in the world. These are like my brothers, Chris and Brandon. Some of you may know them. They're basically like my gaming buddies. I've known them for, I want to say maybe 4 years. And we're not related by blood in any way. But we're close enough to where we trust each other completely, without question. And we know when we always joke around, we know what limits to hit, we know what to say and what not to say. But we trust each other, like as if we were actual blood brothers. That's the type of friends that his father is telling him to make. So I can get where he's coming from, because Brandon and Chris, they are by far... there's not many people I call brother in real life here. But these two are two of my top people that I call brother. Never met them before. In real life. We live in completely different states. But I trust them completely. So I know exactly what his father's talking about. Thank you, Father. But I don't think I can do that. Huh? I will join Young Nim's guild. Oh. So instead of Jinho taking charge of his father's guild, he's going to stick as he's going to join Jin's guild as the vice master. Why are reporters taking pictures of me instead of Lehman Sung? Mr. Sung Jin-woo, are you the E-rank Sung Jin-woo that was working under the association? You just became a rarely witnessed double awakened hunter. How do you feel about that moment? Mr. Sung Jin-woo, please look over here. Mr. Sung Jin-woo, smile for us. The entire nation is watching. It'll get tiring if you deal with them. Let's go. We'll escort you to your place. And before Bayek tries to help him, Jin just uses his ability to just literally flash step behind all of the reporters. I'm fine. Huh? And everyone just looks at like, wait, what did he just do? What was that? A mage-class hunter with that kind of movement. Mr. Bayek? He's fast, to the extent that my eyes couldn't follow him. Yo! And Bayek is looking at him with highlighted eyes. His face is in shadow, but you just see his eyes. I can't tell if that is furious eyes or eyes of, who is this man?
I already knew that he was strong, but that isn't the problem currently. His movement just now, and the magical energy from the evaluation room. He's much stronger than before. The current Sung Jin Woo is definitely stronger than us. His double awakening should have happened quite some time ago. It doesn't make sense that he's gotten even stronger. No, maybe it's not a double awakening. Maybe he's a hunter that can continuously grow. Yo! Now the idea's in their heads! They don't know to what extent Jin's ability can go, but Bayek is already starting to slowly piece together that Jin is possibly a hunter that can continuously grow stronger. Because as of right now, Bayek has said in his own words that Jin is stronger than Choi and himself. Especially since the last time they spoke to one another. A lot has happened since Bayek spoke to Jin. But that is the end of chapter 78 onwards to chapter 79. We are almost done, ladies and gentlemen. We're making good time. First up rank to S rank hunter in 2 years. And Jin is on the news with his big old doofy grin. Bayek is smart? Yes, he is smart. Sung Jin Woo? That jerk. Hey, it's Dong Su! How's the leg? How's the arm? How's the everything since Jin's father just beat you like the baby that you were? That jerk was alive? Each and every one of those cocky jerks. Chapter 79. I've been appraising artifacts for a long time, but this is the first red-dyed orb I've seen. Who's this Alfred-looking fella right here? It really is able to amplify magic by 100%. Even the most famous artifact master craftsmen can only craft orbs with about 50% amplifications after pouring out their heart and soul. If Choi Jong-in were to see this, he'd be walking in here with stacks of cash. Where did you purchase this? I found it in a dungeon. You found this in a dungeon? You can find something like this in a dungeon. Would you like to auction this item off at our auction house? We can help you find the best price. I'll think about it. I want to clear the demon castle as soon as possible and craft holy water of life. Because remember, he still has his mother's health in his mind right now. That's the most important thing for him, and I don't blame him. I want to clear the demon castle as soon as possible and craft holy water of life. I need artifacts to protect me from the demon castle's heat wave. Is it possible to purchase artifacts with fire resistance? Fire resistance? Would it be difficult to obtain? No, not at all. It's actually the opposite. Oh? I couldn't really find any online. Artifacts with elemental resistances are usually expensive, so we don't put them up for sale online. However, it's still something you can easily obtain. Among the different magic types, fire is the most common. Well, Mr. Song Shi-yul and Choi Jong-in were both fire magic casters, and even Tusk was using fire magic. Please follow me. And he just walks into this big old showcase room that just has like a whole bunch of armor just sitting in there. Do you see anything you like? Is it safe to keep these artifacts behind these thin sheets of glass? I don't see any special security device. These sheets of glasses have been reinforced with magic and won't have any problems even if an A-rank hunter were to hit them with all their might. Even if an A-rank were to hit it? Would you like to try hitting it if you don't believe my words? If you're successful in breaking the glass, you may even keep the artifacts inside. Dude, you're about to go out of business. If you can break the glass, you may even keep what's inside. So I just gotta punch the glass. Jin hasn't told him that he's an S-rank hunter, has he? I can sense some magical energy, but is it really that sturdy? And then Jin just blows out a breath and his eyes glow, and he charges up energy in his fists before he can punch it. Wait, I was just kidding. If you were to break it, veteran hunters would come rushing in here. Our auction house has a contract with Hunter Guild for security. Wasn't this guy a mage class hunter? How can his spirit be so brazen? Are there any daggers I can check out? Of course.
Hello, I'm the person who's in charge of weapons. Please come this way. When did this happen?
Yo! Jin didn't even touch the glass. The amount of energy he was outputting cracked it. He didn't even punch it. He just charged it in his fists, and the energy from him charging it cracked the glass.
Which means that if he punched it, he would have destroyed everything in the room. When did this happen? Don't tell me he cracked the glass without touching it. Jinwoo flex again. Yes! How much is this? It's 30 million won. This dagger is worse than Nightkiller, but it's this expensive. The stats are similar to Rasaka's Fang at least. How much would this dagger cost? Wow, I can sense the detailed craftsmanship on this one. It was from the store. It'll go for 100 million won at least. A dagger that I purchased for 2 million gold from the store goes for that much? Kim Sang-shik's steel blade with 10 plus attack was about 3 million won, and the hardly useful equipment that Jin-ho was wearing was worth hundreds of millions of won. If I can sell the store-bought equipment for that much, I won't have to sell the Orb of Avarice after all. Back at the White Tiger. So you mean to tell me that his dagger that he bought for 2 million is worth 100 million? This man is killing enemies with a gold mine. But back at the White Tigers Guild, is it possible? A hunter that can continuously grow? Bayek just cannot get this thought out of his mind. My eyes, while in the beast form, can accurately determine someone's abilities. Sung Jin-woo was definitely weaker than me during the Red Gate incident. But now... I was a fool. With that kind of ability, he would create his own guild instead of joining someone else's. What use are the nation's top guilds to him? If he can keep growing, wherever he ends up will become the best. Both Choi Jong-in and I wasted our efforts in vain. Through Double Awakening, Hunter Sung Jin-woo was able to jump 5 stages from E rank to S rank, and he was given mage class abilities, and they show his apartment on TV.
Why would you show his house where he lives on national television? Don't you know Dong Su wants to kill the man? Why would you be dumb and put him in that type of crosshairs?
Sometimes I wonder if the news has any common sense at all. Master Bayek may have given up on recruiting Sung Jin-woo, but I haven't given up yet. If I can talk to him one more time, I can definitely. Chief, I will do my best to help you.
Chief An, would Mr. Sung Jin-woo even meet us with all these reporters around?
Darn it, we'll also have to camp out.
Wow, Oppa, the reporters haven't left yet.
They're all hanging out outside of his apartment building. Hey, over there! What? And then Jenna, who was poking her head out of the window, ducks back down. Should I go down and tell them to leave us alone?
No, you definitely shouldn't do that. Oppa is already being trashed on the internet. Lecturing to the reporters will only make it worse.
Being trash? What did I do to deserve that?
You left without paying any attention to the reporters. I'm fine either way. Oppa should forget about those reporters as well.
And then there's a knock at the door, and she automatically gets scared and hides in her room. Kind of sounds like my sisters when anyone rings the doorbell. I always end up being the one to open it. They're knocking on our door now? I'll go talk some sense into them.
Oppa, you really shouldn't.
Hey, can you please stop all... Young Nim, my father kicked me out. What? Because he chose not to take over the Yujin Guild. His father kicked him out? Take back what I said about his father not being so much of a tool. Didn't you live away from him? Well, the villa I lived in was under my father's name. Young Nim, that's why I was hoping that it would be possible for me to stay over at your place for a while. And Jin immediately slams the door in his face. Like, no.
Oppa, who is that? Someone you know?
Nope, never met him in my life. Young Nim!
Dear, aren't you being too harsh on Jin-ho?
He deserved it. If he wanted independence, he should have done it with his own strength, but following his young Nim. How strange.
What are you talking about?
Your face. I'm seeing double. Oh! Yo! Is his dad having a stroke? He's seeing double vision and he falls to his knees!
Dear? Dear?
Yo! Yo, what's happening to his dad? What's happening to Jinho's dad? Also, I think I just got a message all of a sudden. Who's trying to message me? Oh, they late. He done turned 28 a long time ago. I'm still older than him though. I know two Chris's, my gaming bro Chris and my other friend Chris, who is also a brother. So I got two brothers who are called Chris. And one Brandon. So yeah, I got three people. Chris, gaming bro Chris, Brandon, and the Chris I know because he's also my you might as well just call him brothers, and I'm uncle to his daughter. So, well, god uncle to his daughter. So I like he was saying with family, have trustworthy friends and family and people you can trust and stuff like that. I got a bunch of people. I got a handful of people who I consider extremely close to me. But that is the end of chapter 79. Onwards to chapter 80. We are catching up to 100, and pretty soon I'll be caught up to this whole manga as a whole. Just a couple more sessions, and then we'll be right as rain. Chapter 80. And it shows Jin checking in on his sister. Someone might approach my sister while I'm away. Come out. One of these guys should be enough to handle even an A-rank hunter. Yo! He brings out 3 of the orc generals to protect his sister while he's away. Weren't you guys Tusk's 4 guards? Why are there only 3 of you? And then he remembers that he killed the last one. He killed one of the other generals beforehand. And the orc is all like, you kind of killed him in the roof. But he doesn't actually say that, he just gestures, but you can get what he means. I must have been unable to turn the last one into a shadow because he was stuck in the ceiling. 2 of you guys go back. I'll also attach 2 more guards, so keep my sister safe. And then the shadows and they literally turn into shadows. And then they hide in Jinna's shadows. They can do that? They can do that? He raises them out of his own shadow, and then they turn into shadows themselves and hide in Jinna's shadow to protect her. I didn't know they could do that. I thought they was just gonna sit inside of her room the whole time. The way that they made it look, but no, they're just gonna hide in her shadow, and whenever something happens, they'll just jump out and just protect her. That is actually really sick. While I'm at it, should I try protecting the neighborhood as well? Yo! This man is he's turning all of his soldiers into a neighborhood watch! While I'm at it, should I try protecting the neighborhood as well? And he raises all of his soldiers, including, is that Igris? No, that is not Igris. He just got his regular soldiers. From this point forward, you guys are this neighborhood's watchmen. Be careful not to get noticed by other people. Now then, commence patrol. And they all turn into shadows and go through anywhere. Even if a murderer were to appear, if they aren't on the level of a high-rank hunter, they won't be able to beat my shadow soldiers. This should help the world run a bit more peacefully. Okay, dial it back just a little bit, Jin. You might want to be careful in this direction that you're going in right now. I know another person who thought that with a large amount of power in his hands, he could change the world, and, well, we saw what happened to Light. And then it's the next day. Were you able to sleep well? Yes, Hae-in. Motel facilities are pretty great these days. Stay there until we can find an office for the guild. I was skeptical, but to actually turn down the Yujin architectures. Your friendly neighborhood necromancer. Sung Jinwoo. If you fight him, you're... I'm gonna come up with lyrics for that later. I was skeptical, but to actually turn down the Yujin architecture's guildmaster's position and come here. But still, I can't mock the guy who left because he liked me more. By the way, Youngnim, what kind of business do you have at the World Tower this early? I'll be going. Huh? And then he's gone. He went back to the Demon Castle, because remember, he's gonna go again. Make his way through the Demon Castle, because he needs that last ingredient in order to get the Holy Water of Life for his mother. Am I spitting? I feel like I'm spitting too much. You have entered the Demon Castle dungeon. The difficulty will now increase dramatically, so I came here prepared this time. New items to protect me from the field's heat. Wind robe, and a nameless ring imbued with a water attribute purchased from the Hunter Association. My preparations are complete. This dude is in full-on gear now! A quest has arrived. Again. Normal quest, collect demon souls, part 2. The monarch of the demons, Baron, is residing on the highest floor of the demon castle. Eliminate Baron and collect its soul. Quest completion requirement, defeat the Demon King. Rewards, highest quality runestone, plus a bonus 30 to his stats, and a hidden reward. The rewards are much better than the last time. Highest quality runestone, Shadow Exchange. Shadow Exchange? A job-specific skill can be obtained by breaking the rune. A rune that will grant me a job-specific skill. Shadow Extraction, Save Shadow, Domain of the Monarch. I've gained 3 job-specific skills so far. Each and every one of them has incredible effects. I'm looking forward to it. Floor 1 of 76 has been unlocked. And I feel like him going through all these floors is going to be a lot more entertaining than going through all the floors of a hive in the Marvel's Avengers game. I can say that without absolute certainty because I went through going through like 16 different hive levels, 16 floors of a hive, and it just felt monotonous. And like, I don't really have a really big opinion of Marvel Avengers at the moment. It's not in the place that it should be in order for it to draw people in. So I would have more fun going through the Demon Castle than I would going through all the highs of Marvel's Avengers right now. Just to be quite honest with you. This looks a lot more fun. Where would you like to go? 76. And he just jumps up to the top floor. Well, not top floor, but he jumps up to the last floor he was at. And there are multiple demons and monsters waiting for him. And one charges magic in his wait a minute. And then oh wait, is that Tusk? I recognize those markings. That looks like Tusk. Yep, it's Tusk because he's using his hymns in order to charge up magic. And almost forgot that he can also turn himself into a giant. So not only does Jin have the Sorcerer Supreme on his side, but he also has a Sorcerer Supreme that can increase his size and output his magic even more. And you guys just remind, wait, is that Orb of Avarice? Wait, it is, because he actually is bigger than that. But the Orb of Avarice in the hands of Tusk, that's an insurmountable amount of power. And since he's holding the orb in his hands, his power has increased to, I want to say Godzilla levels, because this panel just shows him emitting out a massive, the fire breath. Wow, hold on, hold up, wait a minute. Okay, so back a few chapters ago, he let out a fire breath that engulfed the entire area of the throne room, but it was just, just fire breath, even with him being giant size. This man is now skyscraper size, and he's not letting out a fire breath, but literal atomic breath out in the face of all these demons, and is just obliterating every single one of them instantly. Just think of the scene from Shin Godzilla, where he uses atomic breath, and it just raises the city, and then it turns into a powerful laser that just slices through the city. If I just imagine that thing being sung as as Tusk is obliterating all of these demons. It is absolutely amazing, people. What an amazing power. Even though he's holding the Orb of Avarice, his abilities should have been nerfed after becoming a shadow. The Orb of Avarice's size seems to change according to the user. I should leave it for Tusk for the time being. Now is Destroyed City. Now is it? Yeah, he just destroyed the entire city. There is nothing left. It's just a giant gaping space of where his atomic breath his nuke breath, his Boro breath, just straight up nuke the whole area. I don't think even Kaido can have a fire breath that huge. We haven't looked at Jin's stats in a minute, but now we have a full listing of it. Status: Sung Jinwoo. Job: Shadow Monarch. Title: The One Who Overcame Adversity, plus one more. Hit points: 24,406. Magic points: 5,019. Tusk is top tier A rank boss, plus the orb doubles the user's magic damage. Does this boost Tusk to S rank in your opinion? I mean, the dude is already powerful, and since the orb grew with him in size, I would like to believe that it also grew in proportion to his power as well, because he can buff himself with just his own magic. But with the Orb of Avarice, it increases power by 100%. So I would like to believe that he just changed himself to straight up S rank in comparison to power. So that's what I feel, because his fire breath just basically turned into a nuclear laser. Sure, there's fire left over, but there's a lot more empty space of where a city used to be. He went from using fire breath to straight up, I'm a fire in my laser! Bah! Just went from, poof poof, to just, and just nuked everything. So yeah, I feel like he's actually S rank when he's holding the Orb of Avarice. And can you imagine his level as Jin gets stronger using Tusk, and as his power to use shadows grows stronger, they all get stronger as well. And this is a Tusk who is not even being used inside of the domain of the Monarch, where their stats are already increased by 50. This is just Tusk being used on his own. Can you imagine? And the thing that gets me is that they all can be leveled up. Igris levels up. Tusk levels up. No, Tank levels up. Iron levels up. And Tusk can level up as well, becoming even exponentially stronger than where he already is right now. So that means that as long as if he continues to use that Orb of Avarice, and his shadow level continues to increase, this dude is going to be even more OP than he already is. But back to the stats. We are on the last chapter, and we are almost done with this. We are almost done with this chapter as a whole. We are past the halfway point. Hunter Sun Jinwoo already did the hit points and already did the magic points. No fatigue. Strength 180. Vitality 145. Agility 175. Intelligence 189. Senses 126. No ability points at the moment. Physical damage reduction of 46%. Passive skills unknown at level max. With Perseverance level 1. That skill still hasn't increased. Advanced Dagger Arts at level 2. Active skills Sprint level max. Bloodlust level 1. Stealth level 2. Vital Strike maxed out. Dagger Throw level 22. And Dominator's Touch level 2 as well. And now, at the emergency room.
How long have I been asleep? You've been asleep for 2 whole days. Who are you talking to?
Oh, that's Jinho's father.
How long have I been asleep? You've been asleep for 2 whole days. I must have been exhausted. Did you discover anything from the test? Is there anyone close to you that's a hunter or has received an awakening? Why are you suddenly bringing up hunters? Have you ever heard of eternal slumber?
Oh. Eternal slumber, a sleep that one cannot wake from. Not only is the patient unable to wake up, but the patient also consumes their life force at an incredible rate and thus requires a life support machine that uses magical energy. Eternal slumber emerged after the appearance of Gates, and the illness killed those who cannot afford the life support machine. I think I see a future issue here. I don't know what's going to happen in the future chapters, but if Jin gets his hand on that Water of Life, and Jinho's father falls into the eternal slumber, would that put Jin in a horrible juxtaposition of where he has to choose either his mom or Jinho's father in order to wake up from the eternal slumber? Don't tell me. Don't tell me if you guys know. I want to read it for myself and see where things go from here. But that's just a thought I just had. The patients affected by the illness will consistently feel drowsiness and eventually fall into a never-ending sleep. What does that have to do with hunters? Eternal slumber is deeply rooted with magical energy. There are some people who can't withstand magical energy by nature, and eternal slumber is just one of the illnesses that can develop due to a long exposure of magical energy. You have to be careful with monsters or mana crystals and people who emit magical energy. Considering how suddenly the symptoms appeared, there must be something that stimulated the President's condition. President, is there someone in your family who is a hunter? Exposure to magical energy over a long period of time. As time moves forward, the use of magical energy continues to rise, and the people who emit magical energy are constantly increasing as well. For me to be unable to handle the magical energy in the current state of the world means I'm already falling behind. I, Yu Myung-han, am falling behind? I won't lose. I haven't lost yet. At the same time, on one of Japan's islands... Uh-oh. It's an ant that's walking on two legs. That's concerning. An ant succeeded in reaching the shore without dying. And that's the end of chapter 80, and thus the final chapter we are going to be doing for today. Uh-oh. An ant has made its way to shore without dying. That's concerning. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an awesome amount of chapters that we've had to read for today. Jin is now S rank. He's now putting his soldiers to work as vigilantes out in his neighborhood. And he's going to be starting his own guild. People who questioned his abilities before are now starting to understand just how powerful he is, but not to the fullest extent, because there's still more to Jin that meets the eye. But, overall, I am enjoying this manga so much. But I'm not going to keep you guys any longer, because I want to go ahead and cook up myself some lunch, and then maybe just chill for the rest of the day, since it's my day off from work. Good Lord knows I need it, because I've been tired from this job for, well, quite a long time, to be quite honest. That's why I love doing this. This revitalizes me. I always have energy for this. But I'm not going to bog you down with, like, my life view squabble things that I do. But overall, I just want you guys to know that I love doing this. I really do. And I look forward to doing this more and more and more and more and more. And I enjoy this. And being able to do this full time is a dream of mine, and I'm working towards it. So, will I be streaming solo leveling on Thanksgiving since it falls on a Thursday? That's a good question. Possibly not. I may take that day off from just doing anything channel related, and I'll probably just wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate it on that day, but that will probably be it, because I'll probably just spend time with my family and just chill and relax on that day. So there probably, more than likely, won't be a solo leveling stream on Thanksgiving, just to let you guys know. But that's just how I feel. It may not be a solo leveling stream on that Thursday. So no. There won't be a solo leveling stream on Thursday, which means that we're gonna have to get through a good chunk leading up to it. But I'm looking forward nonetheless. But thank you everyone for coming out to see me today. It really does mean a lot that you guys choose me as the YouTuber that you guys wanted to watch here today. You guys didn't have to. You guys didn't even have to stick out the entire 2 hours that I've done this. Ugh, I can't believe you've done this. But I thank you guys nonetheless. Thank you for the super chats. It really does it's encouraging to know that, hey, my efforts are not in vain and that I'm able to entertain you guys, which is the whole purpose of this channel. So I'm not going to keep you guys any longer than I already have, because you guys know how I always end up monologuing, even though I hope not to. With that being said, does that mean 20 chapters for the next stream? I'll probably just stick with the 10, just so I don't overbear myself with too many chapters all at once. But I was just saying in general. But yeah, it'll just be 10 chapters for the next stream that we do on Saturday. And then Tuesday will be another 10, and then we'll just keep going as we have. But with that being said, thank you everyone for coming out today. Hope you have a fantastic day. Please stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. I know it may seem, well, for lack of a better word, very disastrous out there and very, kind of dangerous out there for a lot of people. Just continue to stay safe, because I want to see you guys again in good health and good spirits. So with that being said, just kidding. I know, it's fine. You're good. You're good. With that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, wait a minute. Hold on. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you happened, there we go. If you happen to enjoy, wow, look at him. He's so unprofessional. He's trying to talk to us and he's scratching his eye at the same time. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you happen to be a new person popping up on my channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.